Alright, the best hotels in Ikies. Here we go. Let's talk about the budget hotels first, because as you will see later in this video, Ikies can get very pricey and not everyone can afford it. So the three very cheapest hotels in Ikies are Pension the Flower, Anemomilos, and Laokasti. They go from 150 to 200 euros a night. I'm gonna leave you down below all the links you need to book all these places I'll be talking about. Now, a quick side note about all the prices you will see in this video. These prices are for the months of July and August, so the most expensive months. But, and this is very important, I looked up these hotels in December. So these are the early bird prices. So that means that if you're coming in May, for instance, you will see prices half of these. And if you're coming in July, but you're only booking 2 or 3 months prior, it'll be a bit more expensive than what you see in this video. Okay, back to the map. So these here are Ikies' 3 cheapest hotels, and this is how they look. As you can see, they're not located on the famous cliff edge, which is not surprising considering their price, but the majority of these rooms actually have a sea view, and for that price, I think it's pretty nice. Now, just so you know, in Finikia village, which is here, there are a few hotels with the same price, 150 a night, but I do not really recommend Finikia, because even though it looks to be very close to Ikies, this is still a 30-minute walk, and not a fun one, because you'll be walking on the side of this road you see here with practically no sidewalks. Also, bus connections in Finikia are pretty bad, and even though it is a cute village, it's very small and there's not much to do or see. So yeah, not sure you should be considering staying in Finikia. Now, these 3 hotels I showed you, they're not in the center of Ikies. The center is here, 15 minutes away. And this one is a nice walk, by the way, because it's on this long pedestrian marble promenade with a beautiful view. Now, if you want to be inside the old center, then the 3 cheapest hotels there are Mikasa, around 150 a night, Ikies Sunset, around 200, and Aethrio, 250. These 3 places, by the way, are very close to the bus station, which is very convenient, and also very close to 3 of my favorite restaurants in Ikies, Kanduni, Karma, and Roca. Alright, the 6 places I've mentioned so far don't have the famous caldera view, because those are cheap places. What if you're on a budget, but you still really want to have the caldera view in Ikies? Well, there's one place, and only one, and that's Stelios Rooms. It's a family house divided into 3 rooms, 2 of which have the caldera view for around 220 a night. Mind that the rooms are tiny, but hey, look at the view from your balcony. For that price in Ikies, you can't complain. But as I said, there are only 2 rooms with the view, so if you want it, be quick. And this is actually the same for all the other hotels I'll be mentioning in this video. There are rarely more than 10 rooms per hotel. These are small buildings and everything sells out so quickly. Depending on when you're watching this video, chances are half the hotels on my list are already sold out. So be fast. Okay, this was for the budget options, but in my opinion, if you can afford it, staying in Ikies should mean that you're gonna live the absolute fairy tale life. That's what Ikies is all about. Now, the 2 most famous postcard pictures of Ikies are those 2. I'm sure you've seen them 1,000 times. And these are, in my opinion, the 2 best areas to stay in Ikies because they're so iconic. This one is called the Castle area, and this one is called the Blue Domes area. There are many other areas in Ikies with hundreds of fancy hotels, but you know what? I don't really agree. If you're gonna spend 600, 700, 800 euros a night, the least you could ask for is to be in one of those 2 areas. Alright, let's start with the Blue Domes neighborhood. I won't give you the price for every single hotel individually, because depending on the rooms, it can vary quite a bit, but let's say it's roughly between 600 and 1000 a night. Alright, first we have Sofia Ikies view, with this amazing terrace just above the Blue Domes. Then we have the Ikies Spirit Boutique Residences with a similar view, except they also have this swimming pool with the view. Next, there's the Luxus VIP Suites, and I love how you can even see the Blue Dome literally through the window of your bedroom for this one. Then we have the Aloya Villas, which are located a little higher on the cliffs, giving you epic views in all directions. Then there's the Cave Suite Ikies, which, as the name implies, is a cave house, so it's a hole dug into the cliff, which gives this very unique look to the apartment. And if you add a hot tub, then it's even more romantic, of course. This is a villa rented as a whole, meaning it sells out out super quickly because there's only one. Next we have Santo Blue Horizon, which is very similar to the previous one. It's also a cave house, except it's much bigger. There are 3 bedrooms inside, so this is ideal for a large family or a group of friends. The price is substantially higher too. It's close to 2,000 a night, but if you're many people to share the bill with, it could be a good option. And finally, we have the Aspaki exclusive suites. I mean, come on, look at the view they have. How insane is that? Now, see the beautiful sunset there in the back? Well, I need to tell you something very important. So many of you believe that any hotel in Ia will have sunset view, and I can see where that idea comes from. Ia is so famous for its sunsets, so every single hotel there has got to have it, right? Wrong. The cliffs in Ia are facing south. And where does the sun set? West or even northwest during high season. So that's behind Ia. This drone shot here illustrates that perfectly. The sun sets on the other side of the cliffs. So where is the famous Ia sunset then? Well, it's in this area, the very end of the island, because that bit is facing west. And this section here is what we call the castle area. It's probably the most iconic place in Santorini, and in case you didn't know, all the houses you see on this pic, all of them are now hotels, and I'm gonna tell you now the best ones in my opinion. First we have Villa Ariadne, which is this yellow house there. It has been split into 3 different parts: the Wind House, Lava House, and Earth House, which as you can see have very decent prices. This place is actually the cheapest of the whole castle area, which of course is also due to the fact that it's a pretty simple place. Nothing too fancy compared to the other ones I'm gonna mention. Oh, and be careful, on the website you will also see one volcano view cave house. This one is not in the castle area, and it's a bit less interesting in my opinion. Alright, next we have Anemi, which is a series of houses somewhere up there at the top of the hill. The Anemi Petite house comes for only 300 euros, which is a great deal. Then we have the Ia Mare villas and their large swimming pool. And of course, since we're here in the section of Ia facing west, look, from here you do have sunset view. Next, there's Esperas. They also have a swimming pool, and you can see a moody bay down there. It's a very nice view. Oh, and by the way, just in case it wasn't clear, there is no road access to all these places. You will have to walk many steps to reach this area. For your luggage, the hotel porters will do it for you, but keep in mind that these are not the easiest hotels to access. Alright, this next hotel is one of my favorite ones, the Windmill. Yes, you can also rent a windmill. Leo Yerma is the name, and just look how cute this is. Everything is round inside, of course, which makes it even more unique. It's rented as a whole. There are 2 bedrooms, so it can fit up to 4 people in total, and it's a total price of 600 per night. But again, let me repeat myself, these are the prices for July and August. It is gonna be cheaper if you come during shoulder season, April, May, and October. Next, we have the Old Castle Ia Hotel, which is located just below the castle. So here I'm standing in the castle, and if I look down, bam, it's right there. The view they have from the swimming pool is nuts, especially at sunset. I mean, look at that. This is a shared pool, by the way, so no matter which room you book, you will have access to this place. Now, there's just one thing to keep in mind. You're staying just below the #1 most crowded place on the entire island at sunset time. So if you're in that pool, you're gonna have 1,000 pairs of eyes staring at you. That's something worth considering before booking. Alright, so far all the places I've mentioned in the castle area were somewhere between 400 and 700 euros a night. Now we're gonna go a bit higher. The 4 next places will be between 1,000 and 1,500 a night. First, we have Art Maison's Ia Castle. It's located just next to the previous one I just showed you, except this one is more hidden, so you'll have much more privacy there. And the increase in price is also explained by the fact that every room has its own private swimming pool. Next, there's Poseidon Mansion, which is this large building up there. Again, it's rented as a whole, so if you're a family or a group of friends, this is perfect for you. There are 4 separate bedrooms, and the view from their rooftop is insane. Also, this is a premium viewpoint to understand how many people are coming to Ia to watch the sunset. Look at that, it's pretty crazy. Oh, and by the way, this is a pretty historical place. It used to be the house of a local wealthy captain built in the 1800s, so don't be surprised if the decoration inside looks a little tacky. It's not tacky, it's just old and authentic stuff. Next, we have Fanari Villas, located here just under the windmill. They have this gorgeous view from their terrace, and they also have a very nice cave pool with sunset view, which everyone in the hotel is free to use. Then we have Sofia Privilege, which is a little house located here. It features 2 bedrooms and this gorgeous cave pool, and their rooftop is also pretty awesome. With a price of 1,400 a night, this is one of the most expensive places in Ia, but I mean, if you're coming to Santorini to feel like you're in a fairy tale, well, this place really has it all. Alright, there's one more place I want to talk to you about, and for that one we're gonna go completely to the other side of Ia, right here, Ikies. Now, why do I want to tell you about a place so far away from the castle and the blue domes? Well, because of the view they have. Look at this. And you want to know a little secret? Back when I was a tour guide in Santorini, this neighborhood was where I brought my people to watch the sunset from. The view is absolutely insane and not many people know about it. And another great thing about Ikies is that you're just next to the parking of the desalination plant, which is the only free parking lot in Ia where you can always find a free spot. So if you want to book one of these hotels and you want to support me at the same time, you can use the affiliate links that I've left you down below. There are more videos on hotels in Santorini, because Ia is not the only place with great hotels, and I've grouped all these hotel videos under this playlist here. And there you go. Hope you liked it. See you in the next one. Bye.